everyone. My name is Deng, and I'm a graduate student from Minzu University of China. I'm very glad to have the opportunity to present my research on the digital labor practices of rural mothers in China at this conference. Well, I will present my statement from the following four aspects. Speaking of the research background, social media platforms have provided stay-at-home mothers who have traditionally been confined to the private sphere with a space for self-expression, making them increasingly visible in public discourse. Well, most of the existing research on how digital technologies shape and represent motherhood has focused on middle-class mothers in English-speaking Western contexts. Well, these studies introduced the concept of Motherhood 2.0, which explores how platforms like Web 2.0 social media intersect with maternal identities. Well, recently, however, scholars have studied to examine how urban stay-at-home mothers in China perform their roles on emerging platforms like Douyin, the Chinese TikTok, leading to the concept of digital motherhood 3.0. This concept aims to understand the changes and the new characteristics of maternal practices in the new media landscape. Well, in contrast, rural mothers in China are often left out of the theoretical frameworks and remain marginalized in social narratives. This group faces intersecting vulnerabilities, including geographic isolation, limited access to education, and deeply ingrained gender norms. These challenges are further compounded by their roles as full-time caregivers in agricultural settings, making their experiences more complex and underexplored. Well, therefore, this studies looks at how rural mothers in China are using digital labor practices to reshape their identities and challenging traditional gender roles. Well, the goal is to bring more attention to a group that's often overlooked in existing discussions of digital motherhood. Well, speaking of the visibility of using Douyin videos as research data, existing research has analyzed the possibilities and limitations of using user-generated short videos as research data from both methodological and ethical perspectives. Well, in terms of the research ethics, when considering whether Douyin videos can be used as research data, I first examined if these videos meet the common ethical standards of social media research, particularly regarding privacy. Well, different social media platforms vary in how they protect and monitor user privacy. So it's important to analyze these on a case-by-case basis. Well, based on Douyin's features and user settings, I found that the short videos shared by rural stay-at-moms qualify as publicly accessible data because they are willingly made public by the users themselves without any access restrictions. This ensures that the data collection aligns with ethical standards. Well, speaking of rationale for research methods, previous studies have shown that in certain contexts, online research methods can be just as valued as offline ones. Well, my research focuses on exploring how ordinary people use short video platforms to showcase their daily lives. On Douyin, rural stay-at-home moms share snippets of their lives in short videos, essentially condensing their everyday experiences into viral clips for their audience. By analyzing this online space, well, we can gain insights into their offline lives. At the same time, I take measures to protect their privacy as much as possible, such as removing geographic tags and personal identifiers from the data. Well, when it comes to the data collection and analysis, for data collection, I first searched for videos tagged with terms like housewives, stay-at-home mothers, and rural mothers to ensure a more diverse sample of rural stay-at-home mothers. I also included related tags such as daily life with kids and real-life recording. This snowball sampling technique helped me identify a broader range of videos. I initially selected 20 accounts and then purposefully sampled videos from bloggers in different regions of China. With varying family situations and followers counts. At last, I selected 8 rural stay-at-home mothers, gathering their 5 most popular videos. The final sample for this study consists of 40 Douyin videos. When talking about data analysis, I used a case-based thematic analysis approach to analyze the relevant text and digital data. Well, the company text, visual elements, and comments of the select videos were coded and analyzed to identify patterns. Well, my analysis revealed 3 distinct forms of labor. Well, here is the basic information of bloggers' accounts. Well, when talking about research findings and significance, this study highlights how rural stay-at-home moms in China use 3 forms of labor to express resistance on the Douyin platform. Firstly, these mothers make their typically hidden domestic and agricultural work visible through online performances, which allows them to actively shape their own identities. Moreover, they attempt to monetize their labor by gaining visibility on social media and creating family income, but often face limitations due to a lack of professional skills. Next is they also engage in emotional labor by building digital intimacy with their audience, seeking recognition and validation. However, this form of labor tends to lack organization and doesn't create supportive communities like those seen among urban masses. Speaking of research significance, this study not only connects these forms of labor to existing studies, but also emphasizes how rural mothers in China challenging traditional gender norms. And I also shed light on the specific challenges they face and the unique socio-economic strategies they employ. By using an intersectional approach, I extend maternal theory, providing a platform for rural mothers to redefine their identities and challenging mainstream cultural narratives. And my findings also offer valuable insights into how technology can empower marginalized groups. What's more, the study reflects on the feasibility of using online research methods to collect first-hand data in the context of the social media era, where ordinary people's of lives are made visible through digital platforms. Here is everything I want to share with you. Thank you.